Please stand for our national anthem. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Saratoga Racecourse. Mostly sunny skies. The temperature will be in the mid to upper 80s today. The main track is fast. The turf courses are firm. And the portable rails are up at 18 feet on both the melon and the inner turf. No carryover in the pick six. And there are no changes in today's first race. In the second race right now, scratch numbers 11 through 14. Scratch 11, Lady Jasmine. 12, Maggie. 13, Amanda's Folly. And 14, Flutie Flakes. Scratch 11, 12, 13, and 14 out of the second. In the third, scratch 3, Boldish, and 4, First Deputy. Third race, scratch 3 and 4. No changes in the fourth. Race 5 is the 12th running of the Birdstone Stakes. There's no show wagering on race 5, and there are no changes. In the sixth race, as of now, these scratches, scratch 11, She's a Natural. 12, Barrett. Scratch 13, Brisky Frolic, and 16, Regina. Scratch 11, 12, 13, and 16 out of the sixth. In today's seventh race, note that number 6, Thin White Duke, wears a hood. In the eighth, scratch the 1A, Full Moon Fever. Scratch 1A, Full Moon Fever from race 8. In the ninth race, and again, as of now, there are no changes to report. In today's 10th race, number 2, Cousin Andrew, will run with blinkers off. Blinkers off the 2. Number 4, Frozen Funds, is a first-time gelding. Scratch 13, Uncle George. 14, FOMO. And 15, He's Got It. Scratch 13, 14, and 15 from race number 10. More changes to come. We're fast and firm, and we'll be back at 12:30 to reprise the changes. First race post is at 1:05. Up next, Serling, Stabile, Talking Horses.
Good afternoon, or good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talking Horses, day number 11 here at Saratoga. Anthony Stabile, Andy Serling, joining you on a lovely Thursday here. Possible thunderstorms late in the day, they're saying. But it is
Want
what
to get
it
it out of
is.
the way now?
No? Wait, what out of the way? Oh, your hair?
Yes.
Yeah, it's listen, I got hair envy.
But look what we got back. We found the hand comb. Mom found the hand comb. This is very. What are you looking at my hand comb like that for? It's very important that we have the hand comb back. We didn't use it yesterday.
I don't need a comb.
We didn't
So it's
use
too
it
late for
yesterday,
me.
But it's good now. Here we go. There we go. This is how you do. Properly use it. Richie Migliori calls it a burr. Acacia gets a kick out of it. I'm hoping it brings me some luck. We're 25% of the way through the meet. We got to start picking some winners and cashing some tickets. That's it. We broke the hand comb out. Found it.
Let's head over to Naira Bets. It's anything but to get that hand comb off TV.
Hand comb on today.
We'll use promo code TOGA200. We'll match the $200 of your initial deposit. Play through Naira Bets. Keep the money in the game. We have 6 times points here in Del Mar today. Del Mar starts their second week, first full week.
It's where the turf meets the surf, Andy.
So it does. We have low rollers every Thursday and Sunday outside the Miller Time 4-Star Day Bar. By the way, Saratoga, yes, okay. Low rollers, on track only, $40 buy-in, $30 your bankroll, $10. The prize pool, go see Ray and Jay.
Is it Ray and Jay or Jay and Ray?
Nah, I don't know. Depends how you feel. By the way, we are brought to you by Saratoga Spring Water, our good friends at Saratoga Water. I love Saratoga Water. The blue bottle.
Yeah, we don't even agree on that. You're a sparkling guy and I'm a still guy.
I'll drink them both, but I prefer sparkling. It depends the time of day.
still.
Like now I'm having some
Do you
black.
say potato or potato?
Right, I do.
Right, me too.
What else do we have? The Saratoga Contest, $300 buy-in every Saturday here. You have until 5 o'clock tomorrow on Friday to sign up.
Big 4-Star Dave one coming up in a couple of weeks.
Correct. What is that, a
3,000, I think.
3,000, okay. First Star Dave is Saturday, August 13th.
It is.
And finally, America's Day, or Saratoga Live, sorry. Try to keep it straight. 1 to 3
got it right
on
yesterday.
FS2, 3 to 5 on FS1, and 5 to 6:30 on FS2. All right,
The deuce.
let's get into action here. Race number 1. Right now, a big favor for Inventing. We'll take a look at Inventing 2-back, running second at Churchill. She ran a big figure first time. Not a great figure when she lost this race at 3 to 5. She bombed in the Acorn. Obviously, she wasn't winning there, but she was only 3 to 1 when they scratched Echo Zulu. It feels like she might have bled without Lasix, right?
Wait, look. She just came to like a complete stop at the quarter pole. So yes, I would agree with that. She gets her Lasix back. She's going to stretch out here to the 2 turns. She's bred to handle the 2 turns. And yeah, the race at Churchill, alarming's not the right word, but she ran so well first time out. And I think everything indicated.
That was a Gulfstream.
Yeah, that was a Gulfstream. And everything pointed to more ground and the experience and routine improvement. It was Oaks Day. And she just did not
But
she
you
did not
her.
fire. I did. I just figured on the stretch out, maybe she reacted. I know it was 5 weeks. Maybe she reacted to the big maiden race, first time out. Big second place finish, first time out. I just thought the class relief and stretching out was going to help her cause, so I picked Inventing.
I believe Todd Pletcher and Chad Brown are tied at 9 winners apiece.
I think that's accurate.
Todd won with a drop down yesterday. Chad did not win a race, I believe. A lot of racing left to go. Aunt Naughty is who I prefer here. Thought she'd be a better price, and we'll see how she does. We'll take a look at her race last time out. Thought she ran well behind Spiked, who's not impossible in the 3rd race tomorrow. Actually, this race is a good race to pay attention to for the 3rd race tomorrow because a number of horses coming out against the others. Thought she ran well. Bill Mott horse ran 3rd. I kind of preferred her. It's very close. I don't have a big opinion, so I'm going to take the one that's a bigger price.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really have much, I don't have a strong opinion. I just don't want the horses from, you don't like Aunt Naughty over 3rd. I don't want the horses from Churchill, and we'll take a look at that race. And this is a key race to look at because the horse who won this race is running in that allowance race tomorrow and 6 to 5 in the line for Brad Cox. This buyer speed figure makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. There's no way that all these horses improved an enormous amount. And mile and 3/16 figs can be a little tricky at times.
Right.
And I think there's a very good chance this figure is about 15 points too high. Now, they're going to say that it's legit because the winner of the race ran an 84 in her debut, and she paired up that 84. The problem with that argument is that it was a 6-furlong race at Oaklawn in her debut.
Right.
And to say in her second start straight a mile and 3/16 when every other horse makes it fairly clear that that number is too high. And Timeform US completely agrees with that notion. Timeform US has the figure probably about 15 points high because they gave the two got an 82 and 88, and they're 18, 20 points higher in general. I don't want anybody out of that race, but you disagree and have She's Keen second.
Yeah, she's the only one I kind of want. I feel like she had a little bit of a she was very wide 2 starts back, and then last time she kind of woke up. Her first 2 starts, she did not get away
Well,
cleanly.
she wasn't. No, she wasn't. This is that awful chart caller who
She ran as a
5
butter
wide.
bean.
She wasn't that wide. She wasn't wide on the turn. She was wide when it didn't matter.
Yeah, we'll see.
But she did lose in that race to Amon-Set, who she beat last time. But I just don't want any of them. I would only use 4s and 5s if somebody else wins. I am going to lose.
You don't. Okay.
Race number 2. So we'll look at Snowy Evening as Todd Pletcher's live in both the first and second races. Do you know where Snowy Evening's name comes from?
No.
A Robert Frost poem.
Interesting. Is that the name of the poem?
Is it Miles to Go Before I Sleep? Woods these are, I
okay.
do not know. Is that Snowy Evening? Woods these are, I do not know. He lives, yeah. So I'm going to go on the assumption that this was a weak field. The winner was a Christophe Clement heavy favorite that hadn't done any running first time out and got it done. And I've got her third, but I want firsters. You have her second, and you have the very obvious Souffle on top.
Yeah, half the Dairy Nane. Dan was 3 for 9 overall, 3 for 8 on the grass. There are two pushes in here. Souffle is a push, and the horse you have on top.
Really? I guessed on a push?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no pushes at all.
Yeah.
I get shoves.
Apparently the barn likes this horse a lot today.
Which one, the 3 or 8?
Moon Age Dream. The 8. A lot.
So unfortunately, I landed on a loser.
You have the
6.
Guardian Moon, who Jorge had. Yeah, apparently I like this horse an awful lot today.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about any of them, but I agree that Dairy Nane Souffle has the more pedigree. But I just went to one that had some pedigree, and I just thought would be a better price. So I went in that direction. Kenny rides an effective enough turf sire. Dangerous horse I thought was the 7. Show Me Your Heels.
Okay.
A Munnings, Freudian, who was trained by
Rudy.
who?
Rudy.
Tom Morley.
Do I have the wrong Ann?
I
Oh,
thought-
yeah, that was the other Ann. That was Annie.
Well, you're out with Tom and Maggie. Whew. It's it for you. You're off the Christmas card list.
Who was the Annie horse that Rudy and Mike Imperio had?
Gentle Annie? No, that was. Well, she was 17 starts in the turf, 6 wins, 2 seconds, and 3/3, 267,000, 90 buyer. She's 0 for 1, but that fold got a 74 buyer on the turf. I think that Show Me Your Heels could be dangerous in here as well. So there you have it.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot. Like I said, I didn't, when I had Moon Age Dream in there, I just
But
looked
there's
at the pedigree, and I didn't have the tip on Moon Age Dream at that point.
There's a story on Souffle.
I was told the barn likes the horse.
Somebody told me that the one that ran in the race that got declared no contest was their best 2-year-old. I hope that ends up not being the case.
I didn't hear that. It's funny.
I heard it after the race.
Okay.
Race number 3. Race number 3. What did you do here?
I went to the 7 Somebody.
You don't have a 4th pick?
I do. I sent them the picks an hour ago. 7615, please.
So even with the scratches, you don't have Auburn Hills in the top 4
I don't like Auburn Hills today.
because
I don't know what I'm supposed to like about Auburn Hills.
really,
Yeah. I don't know
you're
if I'm
wondering
just-
why you're not picking any winners?
Think this horse wants less distance?
Yeah, he'll be fine going less distance. Most horses are. Um,
Tell you what, with
he runs
Boldest,
his last race. If he runs his last race in here, he'll win this race by a city block.
That was a mile and an eighth. It was the lid lifter, Andy. And now he's going
Anthony,
from a mile and an eighth to six
he
and a
is the
half.
fastest horse in this race.
He's the
If
speed
Junior
now.
rides him aggressively, he'll be in front.
Well, you want to say that again?
Well, he rode aggressively in that turf race yesterday. He sent that horse
He
out of the
did.
gate.
He did.
And if he's going to start winning races and he just came back here, he needs to be more aggressive. And if he's riding a horse that's supposed to be in front, he needs to be in front with him. I don't know how you leave Auburn Hills out. You don't have to lay on top. Tough horse to leave out. But anyway, go ahead with somebody.
No, it was a little bit of a guessing game here. There's so many horses in here, and maybe that is your point to Auburn Hills. At the very least, he has the best, most recent race because
Last race was huge.
These horses
that
are
race
coming
completely and totally incinerated.
off. These horses are coming off some really, really rough efforts.
Yeah, and it's coming off a terrific effort.
Really rough efforts.
He didn't run just well last time. He ran terrific. He didn't just randomly run fifth in there. He set the pace. The pace collapsed.
I feel like somebody, even though he's been running for 16, and this is just a slight drop on paper, he's just been running against so much better, especially in his last two, that I think this is a consider. And now, I guess the problem with him,
They're that
with
much
a lot of
better.
them,
Alcool?
I think they're
Yes.
better. I think they're better than this
Williams Fire?
one. Well, the last two, I said.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his last two races, he's been keeping much better company.
I've got him second. I don't have a strong opinion. Listen, I don't know what to do with Cerro Pau. It looks like he's deceased. And the other thing is, he's not supposed to get much pace. And every time he's won, he's gotten a lot of pace to close in.
Incinerated. Yep.
Yeah, but, I mean, his good races are good, but his recent efforts are terrible. And I couldn't come up with a massive excuse for him. I don't know. His last race was atrocious.
Really
avoided
bad.
claim and then he
Voided
drops
claim
down.
off the layoff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, Auburn Hills just ran the race last time.
I mean, I would imagine if you like Saratoga Pal a little bit like I do, I know I'm hoping a little home cooking helps the cause. He likes it up here at Saratoga, 2 for 3 with a second. He won the,
he was
like you
better
said,
up-
he
he was
got
better,
a
though, when he won
wicked
here.
pace to close into last year.
But he was in better form when he
He
won.
was. He was, yeah.
His race is no better. It's actually worse than his following three races. It's a little slower. It's not demonstrably worse. It's roughly the same.
Right.
But it's not like he's, improves up here. I don't know. He's only, wait a second. He's never won in Saratoga. Somebody.
Who? So, no, I said Saratoga Pal.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, no, Saratoga can win. I agree. I just didn't know what to do with him because
You don't know what to do with him. Yep.
I like Auburn Hills. Thought he ran great last time. And he won't be a short price because they're not going to bet Rain Persaud to a short price.
Correct.
Price did David make that horse in the line?
8.
No, he's not gonna,
8.
He's not going to be 8, but I'll take.
It's right on the screen. He's 8. Strike.
What was that?
What happened?
My
What
umbrella.
fell?
It's my umbrella.
Your umbrella?
I brought the umbrella because like you bring an umbrella, it doesn't rain.
I know.
That's the whole point, right? I got my rain shoes on. They're
Wow.
like waterproof kind of shoes. They're
I
actually.
like those socks.
See, yeah, I got some new socks.
Did you?
Colhan socks. They're great. They last
Got
forever.
new shirts.
Do a commercial for Colhan.
Felt good to donate everything to St. Mary's and buy some new stuff.
Race number 4. What did you do in race number 4?
I'm going to give. I'm going to prepare the divorce papers for Ocean's Reserve, and this is it. Sorry, Ocean's Reserve.
Chandelier
Last
Act,
day with
the
big A.
last two.
Last two are.
Lost to
Yes.
some first-time star for Todd Pletcher, took no money at 7-1. Lost to a decent-looking Chad Brown runner, 2-back. We'll show the last race.
And this was rough.
Devil Boy ran well, second off. I didn't think he finished as well, and I wonder if 7 furlongs is going to do him a favor. But he did run well in here. He's the 3, didn't break that well and made a big run. You'll see compromises. This is his debut. He made a run at the end. But this is a pretty contested pace. And I think all of these horses benefited from the pace. But I do think they ran reasonably well. I'm not against Ocean's Reserve. I'm not against the 8. But I like 2 for Charging. I don't have any knock on these horses. I think they're logical. But 2 for Charging, something went wrong last time. This horse ran very well first time out. 2 to 3 wide, 5 wide in the stretch. That was a very rail day. That race was a rail day. That race was a rail race. And this horse made a big run at the end of the race when nobody else was closing. And last time in a mile, he just completely fell apart. It was weird. I mean, Jose looked like he had a ton of horse, and the next thing you knew, he just had absolutely nothing. I'm going to try 2 for Charging. And the other thing is, when he ran last time, Jorge Abreu's barn was just completely dead. And they've been doing better since then, right?
Sure.
So, but, you've got him somewhere. You have Curlin's. I like Curlin's Wisdom cutting back in distance a little bit. I'm just tired of his act. But
I
like
wanted
less
to give
distance.
him one chance cutting back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
One chance cutting back. I thought Devil Boy absolutely needed the first race after a little bit of a
Sure.
tough start, and then kind of woke up a little bit last time. Maya's horses have been running. I almost put him on top. I probably should have put him on top.
He's very dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with those. I think that you pick the horse that's the horse to beat. It's the
but
fastest
the
horse in
last
the race.
two were real big. I mean,
Yeah.
watching the asymmetric race again.
He hung a bit,
Yeah, he did.
but still, no. But
No, he's the
Javier,
horse to beat. Javier's riding great.
yeah, rode great at Belmont, riding great here. Nice to see.
Yeah, PJ Campos putting him on a lot of live horses as well.
PJ quietly does a tremendous job as an
does.
agent. You know, he won a lot of races with Eric Cancel.
He does.
Doing well with Javi. No, I agree. And listen, PJ's nobody's fool. It's an interesting race. These horses are okay. What about Sinful Dancer? This horse is one of the most disappointing horses, right? Sinful Dancer was favored against American Revolution and ran competitive with him.
And he's still, that was over a year ago, and now he's still in the maiden ranks. Yeah.
And occasionally he runs these big races.
You say
And
it
then
all
he
the time.
runs
The
bad
game will
races.
humble you.
Well, this horse has got
Right?
a
He's a great
infuriating
example
George
of that.
Weaver.
He's a great example of that.
80 plus buyers in his first two starts. He's still a maiden a year and a half later. Incredible, right?
We don't have him in the top 4 in a maiden race a year and a half later. And he can win, obviously, but that just goes to show you how tough it is to win.
Race number 5, the Birdstone. Were you at that Travers Day?
I what? No, I was not. Not here for Travers Day. I was there for
That
Belmont
was a
Day,
great
not
moment.
Travers Day.
I'll tell you something about Birdstone. He is an underappreciated horse.
No question about it.
Won the Champagne, Belmont, and Travers, and people act like his win in the Belmont was just because Smarty Jones. He was 4 to 5 lengths off that pace. He was never that far off the pace.
He ran the
And
entire way.
If it hadn't rained on Derby Day, I'm not saying he would have won, but he would have been a lot closer. He could not handle that track when it rained like
Remember
a lot
when
of
it
horses.
rained the spiral?
They sealed the track.
They sealed
I don't
the
know
track?
if it rained. I'm not sure it rained. I'm telling you.
Remember who won that? Do you remember who won that spiral?
No.
Guy still mainstay here on the circuit, still trains. May even have one in today. Family Affair.
Eddie Barker?
John Toscano, Sinister G.
Wow.
The boys all owned a piece of him. Robbie
Wow.
and John, and Paulie rode him.
Yeah, good call.
Paulie rode him.
Good call. God, Paulie rode him. God, I forgot he rode.
Paulie
that's
rode
great.
Sinister G that year.
Good call.
Yep.
Yeah, Nick,
March
I
20th.
don't know that it was rainy as much as they sealed it because I know Nick was very upset.
They showed it on cable, and Jerry Bailey was on him, and he rode by, and he was pointing to the track to the TV crew, and he was like, "He's not handling this. He's not comfortable here, and he never
He was
fired."
a super good horse.
He was a good horse. He's an underrated,
his
underappreciated
Travers,
horse.
Cliff's Edge was a good horse. A good horse.
But he was a good. He was a real. I mean, he was a horse that before the spiral, he was going to be one of the 3 choices in the Kentucky Derby.
Little Birdstone. Yeah. No. It's funny. Nick told me he regretted in retrospect that he didn't run him in that jockey club because he could never win that class against Ghost Zapper and Roses and May
Right.
and those horses. And he said to me that was a mistake. He was talking about it with me one day. And as I said to him, well, you were going to win that jockey club with Cliff's Edge, but he got hurt the 8th pole.
He got
finished
hurt at the
third.
8th pole,
Yeah,
yep.
he got hurt. He would have won that race. He was a good horse, Cliff's Edge.
Nice horse.
Yeah.
Bob LaPenta,
Bob
right?
LaPenta horse, sure. I don't think Bob was the only. Was Bob?
No, it was like 3 people, I think.
Because he doesn't
but
always wear Bob's silk. I don't
didn't-
feel like he
that
always
day he did, right?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
No, those are good horses. I will show the Brooklyn, but I mean, I don't want to be dismissive of Lone Rock because he's run so many good races in the past, but it feels to me like Fearless beat him like a drum.
So I was talking about this morning with one of the fans at breakfast at Saratoga. Come on out, by the way, 7:30 to 10ish, 9:30, 10. Is he just a better horse than Lone Rock?
Yeah.
Right. He's just a better horse than Lone Rock.
Based
And
on
Lone
his race,
Rock
he is.
a distance specialist, and he got beat by a horse on the square that could just so happen to handle the distance. He got beat by a better horse. Now, that's not to say that's a mile and a half, and here's
Doesn't
another
mean it
quarter of
can't
a
change
mile.
today, but I'm not betting against Fearless.
I'm not picking it.
I'm not betting against him.
Why should I think it's going to be different?
I didn't trust him last time. I was dead wrong.
I liked him last time.
You did, yeah.
I felt like it was the best horse angle, and he had enough pedigree, speaking of Go Zapper, to lead you to believe that he was going to stretch.
He was just better than those
He
horses.
stretched, and he's just better than these horses. And if he's able to, obviously the distance is the great equalizer. We talk about it from the Triple Crown Trail.
Why shouldn't he? Why should Miles?
Sure, he shouldn't.
Doesn't seem like the way he was
He
running
shouldn't.
last time.
Yes, he did.
He was getting the best of them as they went later. But you should say, Lone Rock has gone this distance successfully. I just wonder if Lone Rock's tailing off a little bit.
And he has every right to, right? He's danced a ton of dances.
Of course he does.
So all he's had is a one. Since Flying P and Diodoro claimed him, there's a one layoff line from the Brooklyn to the Birdstone last year. I want to say it's the only time he's been away from the races for more than 45 days since he was claimed in November of 2020. There's an awful lot of miles on that on this Majestic Warrior, son of Majestic Warrior's body.
They have to be upset that they missed the opportunity to win the Grand Prix American
Jockey Club.
We're going to keep calling it that? Where
I hope
does that
so.
come from?
Where does it come from? I don't know.
Was it 23 letters in the alphabet?
If it was Australian, I would tell you it would come from the land down under, like the Men at Work song.
Yeah, I'm not trying to beat them. That's the first five, the late pick five after a quick break.
For almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringwater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
We are back, Anthony and Andy. Day number 11, the late pick five, begins in race number 6. Birthday time. Okay.
I got 2 tips on your top pick today.
Well, my top pick's the horse to beat. I think. This horse ran. We can talk about it, but, I mean, we'll start with my horse if you want. This horse ran to customer list, who, with a better trip, would have won an opening day here, and is a good horse. And she did all the dirty work in there. It's got a big pedigree, fast pace. And then she ran in that tough that Chad Nation race. Looked like a good race time. Spicer came back, did well. Gunboat's no slouch. They both won. And now she's running for a tag. I don't know. I just thought she was super logical here. I don't know.
She's going to a new home today, right?
I don't know. People are running to claim maiden claimers for 40. Does she have the pedigree?
I don't like her today.
Well, clearly,
So
on the top four.
I would claim her today.
Why don't you like her?
I don't know. I don't like the layoffs, to be honest with you. I don't like 2 months and then now 7 months, and she's in for the tag off the 7 months. I think there are a few red flags here.
She's 8 to 1 in the morning line.
You think she's going to be that high?
Maybe 6 to 1. I don't know.
I think she'll be a little lower.
Well, you picked a
than
horse that, I mean, was awful last time.
Well,
the race that she ran at Gulfstream
just
and
a
Turf
weird race.
the figure does not do justice. It's not a good race.
Last race was the Snatch and Grab Derby. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the last race, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's not impossible, but she's
No.
going to be a super short price. Boy, Todd has an awful lot of live horses on this card, huh?
Say again?
Todd has an awful lot of live horses in this card.
Yeah.
I've got her third. She's not impossible. Public Service is not impossible. Look at her last race. Was never on the rail in this race. We can show the race from June 10th. Horse was never on the rail. The day he wanted to be saving ground. Wasn't able to save ground. Don't really like this horse, but it's probably okay. Investment Income, the 10, got no favors from the draw at all. I mean, I think Investment Income ran much better last time than Birthday Time, but Birthday Time has post 3 and she has post 10.
Right.
So Birthday Time's got a big edge in the post.
That's
but
why I
think the
split them.
horses, Investment Income's better.
That's how I just made my decision. Strictly a post
Yeah, but I'm
decision.
not afraid of the 3, 4, or 10 in here. And I just think
Sure.
the 2 is the horse that's run against much, much better horses. It's a super logical horse in this race.
Yeah.
Race number 6 in a mile.
Fair enough.
Race number 7. Well, we knew you'd pick Boston Tea Party, so we'll say the replay of Boston Tea Party's debut race. I'm starting to wonder if that debut race was as good as we thought.
Let everybody know. We want to let you know, too. We're keeping the MTOs in for now.
Yeah, we're not sure, but sometime after 4:15, it's supposed to start raining. When exactly that is, we do not know.
I feel like this horse got a real indecisive ride last time.
He went to the lead. How's that indecisive?
Well, did he really go to the lead? He was kind of
they
like
went a fast second quarter.
He was, they went really fast second quarter. I would have cleared or I would have taken off, and I just felt like I was a little indecisive. Eric's going to get another chance today. I think cutting back is going to help him.
But you normally are the one who says you don't like the cutback, and this is why is it going to help him? Well, there was 6 first time.
I thought he ran decidedly better in his first race than his second race.
I'm not sure.
I
sure.
had a friend of mine call me about this race because they made some money with the horse first time. And they're like, you went back today. Is this a loyalty move?
I feel like you made the money with this horse. He can win. I feel like you're supposed to move on.
Yeah, but I feel like the cutting back is I didn't.
He can win.
After watching the last race, I don't know if he wants the mile. I think he's probably a sprinter. So, and it's really hard to make that. You don't want to just be decisive about that for the simple fact that turf course was playing really fast, and again, I didn't love the ride last time, so maybe he can still get a distance of ground. But I think sprinting is what he's going to want to do. So I'll bet him back on the cutback.
Okay, I think he'll be short and can win, but I'm not enamored with him. I like Evan Singh cutting back in here, coming off a good race. I mean, did duel with Eyes on Target, but Eyes on Target's better than these. Red Horde, it's okay. And the horse won the debut going 5.5 furlongs, and I'm just hoping can work out a decent trip at a fair enough price. Thought that horse was dangerous in here. I also think Thin White Duke is dangerous. I know that he's improved going longer for Dave Donk, but maybe we should just consider that he's improved for Dave Donk. Yes, and yes, or whatever.
Yes and yes.
Improved for Dave, and I mean, maybe he's just an improved horse, so why can't he win? He's wearing a hood.
No wonder why you picked him. Cut back and a hood on. Wow.
I thought he was really interesting in here. I'll use the 8, but I'm not enamored with him. I wanted sort of 1-6 for the 2 I wanted. You have the number 3.
I thought amortization. Yeah, I thought Ring of Fire ran well last time. I thought amortization was a little interesting in here too. You know, this was that put over when Michelle Hemingway took the horse from Kimmel, and the horse just galloped, had a piano hanging out of his mouth when he broke his maiden back in April. He came back. I don't know what happened at Monmouth, but I know they brought him back in less than 2 weeks, and he galloped. So,
well, that was not it. That was a weak field.
Say that again.
That was a weak field relative to this.
Fair enough.
I mean, Seaver couldn't beat these horses.
I mean, he also came back and just galloped.
Yeah, but isn't he under the gun?
He is.
I mean, he's got to deal with speed from the 4.
He is, but he's faster than these horses.
Not clear. Not clear how much faster he is. Boston Tea Party's no slouch. He's not slow.
No, he's not, but I would imagine that if
Eric's not aggressive.
If you're telling me that...
But isn't Kendrick going to be aggressive?
Diaz, he's supposed to.
He's going to be much more aggressive than Jose was last time.
I do believe that amortization is faster.
Okay.
So...
Ring of Fire ran okay last time in a paceless race.
Yeah. He's run well in all of his turf starts except the one day with Scuttlebuzz when there was a shoe problem. So...
Thought Bust and Shout didn't get an aggressive ride in there. I thought it really cost him. Not sure what to do with him, though.
Well, this was the race where there were 4 speeds on paper and Ranger Fox.
Right, he wasn't even the speed. He wasn't even the speed, right, and he wired. In a slow pace, relatively speaking.
Relatively, right. The way the course was playing, and for these horses, yes.
People see those paces and they think they're fast. They're not. 22-1 is crawling. Yeah, I kind of want to go in different directions other than Evan Singh, the new face, and Thin White Duke, where I wanted to go. I don't disagree with him. Boston Tea Party, he can win. I don't know. Feels like they're back and forth. They try the stake, and now he comes back in a few weeks. I don't know. And I'm not taking a Ring of Fire. I'm not taking a Rudy horse. Sorry, Barn is dead. Barn is. They're not running. And it's the guy who wins the high percentage.
It's tough to endorse those horses on top right now.
Just not.
And I'm the biggest Rudy.
No, it's not. We're not winning. Race number 8.
Loyalist there is. But.
Number 8, there's a heavy favorite in Price Discipline, and we'll start out by showing that replay. Wow, you're picking against this horse.
I am.
No, you couldn't lose last time. You mocked me for Montebello. You did. You did.
I did. I'm not saying I didn't, man. You didn't give me a chance to not say to not defend myself.
How's he going to lose today?
I'm taking Dangerous Edge on the on the good run right now.
Well, he
This
won
horse is
last
in
time
good
because the
form
Dow
last-
blew the break.
Yeah, but he's still been in the best form of his career.
How's Rob Atras doing compared to how he was doing at Belmont?
He
They were running up the street at
hasn't run a
Belmont.
lot of horses. Hasn't run a lot of horses.
Run 7, got 1 win.
Yeah, that's not a lot for that barn. Is that a lot of horses? Less than 1 a day? I don't think so.
Wow. Okay. I didn't like this horse. Okay. I just thought, wow, okay. Listen, Bryce is going to go to short price. You're going to try to beat him. Go for it.
Yeah.
I think the interesting horses in here, well, it's not great workout. Great workout's going to take money in this race.
I put him fourth because I didn't have anything
His
clever to
last
say.
race is a total mirage.
They couldn't have scripted this any
They
better
just
than last time.
beat each other's brains in on the
Yep.
front end.
Real. I mean, they went 22-3 in the second quarter, and he was just sitting there under a rad, ready to pounce, and
Well,
it's exactly what he did. But
there's duels on
Yeah.
in elongated sprints. Yeah, I don't, where did this race came from the pace. But he did run big. I just don't want him going back. I think there's 2 interesting horses to use beneath price discipline. One is Son of an X, who just consistently shows up, and he gets a switch to Louis Cardenas, which I don't think is going to hurt. And he consistently shows up and runs, and he can pick up the pieces and get second or third in the year. He's going to be a big price. But I think the interesting other horse in here is the 542 Ace. Start to take him apart. He ran a huge race for Charlie off the claim. He backed it up the next time with a second to Dr. Ardito. Not quite as big a number, but not bad. And, all right, then he didn't run well as a heavy, heavy favorite. He's laid up. They gave him a prep on the turf, and now he goes back to the dirt. I think he is very interesting. And I'm looking at 4-5, little 4-2, and a 4 with 2-5 and tries.
okay.
That's my play. And a little, back up with the 4-2. But I just thought price discipline was just better than these horses.
He may very well be.
But
may very well
listen, I'm
be.
not going to knock you for going against the 4-5 morning line.
Yeah.
We just disagree.
I had to take a little shot against him.
Okay. Race number 9. Race number 9 is a good race. I hope this doesn't get screwed up by rain, because this really came up a very, very, very
Fun
good
race.
It was a tough race. And what about Reigning Spirit? You show his last race. He ran last time. Now, Chellis didn't run well at Colonial Downs on yesterday. Snap Precision ran third, though. Ran an 89 buyer. The old pro, the New York bred, won. The Mott had. Red Knight.
He's still in training?
Red Knight won the race, yeah. I thought about betting him, actually. I looked at the race. I know this horse ran very well for Al Stahl. I just want to kind of see it again, but he does seem to be a horse that's really on the upswing, and I think that's an important discussion with this horse, because that's the same thing with your horse Baltus, who we'll show next. You're betting him on the upswing. Well, Reigning Spirit's in the upswing, and he's going to be a much bigger price. And I just feel like with Baltus, I have nothing against him. He's a major player in here. But once again, you're going to take the worst of it with Chad Brown.
I know, but I'm a fan of this horse.
But you got 5-1 against a much. We can show the last race. You got 5-1 against a much weaker field. Now you're going to get half that price against a tougher field.
Yeah, I know. I don't disagree with everything you're saying. I'm a fan of this horse. I think we're going to see this horse in stakes races sooner rather than later. And
Probably the horse to beat.
yeah, I'm going to keep.
I don't know though if he is. I'm not sure he is. I think he's good and he's improving. I don't disagree. And obviously, he's improved tremendously from the beginning. But
I love when these horses make the lead as early in the stretch as he did, and not only maintain but actually improve their margin.
Really slow.
I like this horse. I'm a big fan. I think we're going to see really good things from this horse. So I know what you're saying. It's a tougher bunch, and you bet them on the up.
You're taking a short price on a horse that's got to improve to win. And that's never something I want to endorse. I like Gold Earth Cash. Though he ran fine last time beyond big efforts. That race was won wire to wire. It was an extremely slow relative pace. In this horse, that mile-and-a-half race, he beat a Bond, who was on a bit of a rush right then. This horse is just an honest horse that shows up every time. Not going to be a short price, and I think Cold Hard Cash makes as much sense as anybody in here. And he's going to be, 5 to 6 to 1 in here, so why not take a shot with him? McLovin, are you a big Superbad fan? Is that why you took McLovin?
I am a big Superbad fan.
It's a good movie, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like his races, as he stretched out, he's really improved in all 3 of his starts stretching out. Last time he was completely up against it. No pace in that race. I still thought he ran well enough.
He did run well enough. I just don't believe it.
Okay.
But he did run well. His last race in isolation makes him a player here. I
Yeah.
will not disagree with that.
And he's going to be a decent enough price. He'll be in the 6, 7, and 1 range.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be every bit of that.
No, we put up. Andy gave me a text this morning, and I was going to do it as well, but I'm glad he reminded me.
We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay.
I don't want to. I'm not
Oh,
done.
I didn't know you were done. Okay.
No, I think we have to talk about tie of the sea, don't we?
I guess.
Well, I mean, this horse was claimed by Tom Morley and Flying P. He's going to the front in this race. That's one thing for sure.
Gelded and going to the front.
Say his form's falling apart. Are you so sure his race 2 back doesn't give him a chance here?
Race 2 back gives him a chance.
He
Yeah.
didn't make the lead last time out. It's a new gelding. I'm not letting this guy beat me. He's got back races can win here. I'm going to use 2 5s and 8s in this race mostly. I do think the 5 is a underlay, but he's a very dangerous horse for Chad. He does improve with these horses. But I think the 2 and 8 are very viable other horses in this race. I thought of putting the 8 in top. I was surprised you didn't have anywhere.
Yeah, I don't like him.
No dinner, not getting invited to dinner at Maggie's house.
I haven't.
That's what happens, Maggie. Oh, dirt. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.
Who'd you pick? I picked a race 2-1-1A 11-4 on dirt.
I went 1A 2-4-11. So.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
Cold Hard Cash got plenty of good dirt. He's got a really good figure going 1.125 here. What's the distance? This guy's got to be 1.125 if they run on the dirt, right? Maybe 1.25 miles. Let's see who's in the program. Hang on.
I would imagine it's 1.125 miles.
1.25 miles.
1.25 miles. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's got stamina, and he's run well around 2 turns at Saratoga. I have no knock on the entry. They're fine. The Cantermachi barn's hitting all cylinders. Roderick's dangerous in here, too. But I don't know. Does he really want 1.25 miles, this
That's
guy?
right. Yeah. Right.
He is the speed, though.
His last win. His 2 wins have been at 5/8. They're going
But
to
he
get him
could
to
be
go 10.
rolling along in the front
could.
end, and then if you get a lot of rain, that could really help him. I'm not going to let him
His
beat me.
2 combined wins so far were at 1.25 miles.
There you go.
5 and 5.
Yeah, but he ran fine at 1.125 miles, 2 back.
He did.
That effort
He did.
can win here. That effort's good enough to win here. Yeah, that was it. I'm going to use all 3, but I bet.
And you also, I
Colorado.
think you need to see what kind of shape the track is in. If we get a good amount of rain,
and
Pioneer Spirit say,
Linda, if it rains, don't scratch Cold Hard Cash.
no, she won't. The horse has never missed a board on a wet track. Horse has the stamina races like you talked about. No
We're
shot.
talking about Linda. Oh, no shot.
No.
No shot?
Come on. And there'll be 5
He
horses
doesn't
left
have
in
any
here.
faith in you, Linda.
There'll be
No
5
shot.
horses left for
She's probably
120,000.
laughing.
Who's going anywhere?
You and I in a horse suit are going to be out there. You need to freshen up that bankroll. We could get
I'm
4th
ready.
here.
I'm ready. I'm in. Put me in, coach.
Race number 10. How do you not start race number 10 with Cousin Andrew? Because Cousin Andrew's here.
Come on.
Cousin Andrew's here. We should have him present the trophy, even though it's not a trophy for this race. The horse wins.
We could always give him a
So
trophy.
his race 2 races back. I think cutting back's going to help this horse. So the 7 furlongs too far for him, but he was bad last time, and that worries me with him.
What troubled me about last time was he had worn blinkers in the past, and you kind of felt like, and he just didn't run 2 steps, and they left him on now. Maybe something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong, but man, he did not run 2
It was 7
steps.
ace, but he was terrible.
He was
I agree.
terrible.
I'm not
He
gonna,
was terrible last
I'm not
time.
defending him. I am not defending him. He was bad.
I have him 3rd like you do, but
It's time to move on from Ginzu Warrior, Anthony. It's
I
time
knew
to
this
move
was
on.
coming.
It's time to move on. Got to reassess. You haven't been winning.
gets
Why aren't
one
you
more.
winning?
He gets
Because you're
one
betting
more,
horses
too.
like Ginzu Warrior.
He gets one more time. I mean, Brazilian Air. He's talking about walking around the racetrack.
Never run a step in any of his races.
Yeah, I give him one more chance.
Move on.
Today's the day.
Move
Today's
on.
the last day.
I think there's interesting horses in this race.
Obviously.
And I like Lord Gatling.
I almost put him on
Why don't you
top.
put him on top?
I almost did.
The Dam was a Bobby Frankel horse,
Yeah.
a Juddmonte horse, ran 97 Beyer, second generation, very strong. She's produced 4 horses to try to turf, 3 have won. They're strong. Why isn't this horse just super? Obviously, Bob Caceres claimed this horse, waiting for turf. I mean, what's not to like about this horse?
And
There he
dangerous.
is on the dirt.
Dangerous if it comes off because the horse has 2 decent dirt races.
Yeah, I pick him 4th if it comes off. We'll get to that. But I want him on turf. I want this guy on turf. And I'm going to
Nice.
give you a goofy horse as my other choice because this is a goofy race.
Cool Alban?
No, I've got him 4th.
Oh, Frozen Funds.
Well, it's Michelle Hemingway.
Yeah.
This horse is announced as a gelding. What's this horse doing here? What is this horse even doing here? This horse is a complete joke on paper. Why would you even ship this horse to Saratoga? Right?
I guess.
This horse's turf win gives him no shot here. For a trainer who's been a little sly
That's a great word.
in this race, I think you should throw this horse in. It was on the turf, which we don't know it will be. On the dirt, I don't want
I
this
just
horse.
wrote a 4 down, Andy. You happy?
What'd you do on the dirt?
I went 16-7-2-1. I'm the idiot picking Storm Shooter.
Well, he's the horse to beat on the dirt.
Yeah. I wish I had something more clever to say.
I picked 2-16-8-7.
You picked Cousin Andrew.
Yeah.
Are you just looking to suck up to Cousin Andrew?
Well, his dirt, I don't need to suck up to Cousin Andrew. We're pals. His dirt race actually not bad. It was a big speed track. He didn't run bad in that race. The race off a layoff. I think he's a better dirt horse than these. Now, his last race is concerning.
Right.
Don't scratch him, Linda, if it comes off.
That's
do it,
2 in
do
a
it
row,
for
Linda.
Cousin
Don't
Andrew
scratch
here.
the late
You'll want
double.
to see him run. What about Cool Lauban if it stays on the dirt?
I just said it to you.
On the, what do you pick a race? Do you pick him anywhere? In the-
But I thought you meant talking about the turf. Because you
Well,
had
I mean, his
before.
dirt races. He chased Senbei, right?
Right.
He got involved in that pace going mile 16th last time. He's not as bad as he looks.
No.
Lord Gatling. So what did you do in this race on dirt? 16?
16-7-2-1.
All right. Oh, well, you've got to keep taking. Ginza Warrior looks good in the dirt. Are you and Ginza Warrior dating or something?
No. Please.
Colleen's a little suspicious over there. Even she, I can tell. She is, see?
Trying to get me in trouble.
Colleen's last day is August 17th. Kakamis will be in a bad mood starting on August 8th. We all will.
He'll
And
be
this
in a
is
bad
it,
mood.
Colleen,
He'll
right?
be in
Your
a
last
bad
year.
mood starting the third.
You're not coming
What do
back.
you mean
this year.
last year?
We love Colleen here. We don't want you. We don't want you to leave. We don't want you to leave on
We
August
have
17th.
jobs here. You can have. You want the way I'm going? You should probably come take this seat.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Anyway, it's been fun. You can head over to Naira Bets now. It is your duty. If you're not a member, go to
Your
nairabets.com.
duty.
Joel's clearly saying to you, get over there. I had to walk home yesterday, by the way. Thanks, Joel. I
That's
left
terrible.
before the last.
Oh,
I had work to do.
I had to stay.
Toga 200. Use promo code Toga 200. We'll match $200 your initial deposit. 6 times points. Saratoga and Del Mar today. Del Mar's second week kicks off. They had
Never
a nice
got you.
opening
Never
weekend.
got an answer, by the way. 6 times. I don't have an answer for you. Sorry, buddy.
Del Mar, a nice opening weekend. Rooting for them to have a great meet.
We're
I
putting
really,
up a.
really am.
We're putting up a pick for the Bing Crosby this weekend.
Who's running?
I can't tell you, Andy.
Really? Well,
Pick will be up tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a Twitter video for that as well.
and you wouldn't let my man make fun of me on your video yesterday, I heard.
Red could no. I'm not gonna. My tag team partner, man.
He's a good guy, yeah, but he's my friend. No, that's fine. I appreciate you protecting me, but he is my friend. But the problem is the idiots would see it and not
He didn't tell
realize.
me until after anyway that he wanted to make fun of you.
He can always make fun of me. He's a good dude.
All right, so there you go, everybody. You can make
He
fun
has
of
no
Andy on
friends.
Twitter.
He's
If I
over
come
there,
over
sits
to
by
you,
himself all day.
the video Andy is
Pathetic.
referring to is this.
What to do when you're in a bad run or something.
Yeah, slump busters.
And
You
he
gotta
said
slump
he
buster,
said he wanted to
stop
say
me.
mute me. Meanwhile, he would be wrong because I actually have not sucked so far at this meet.
Been great.
Now, I will suck. Give me time, but so
I
far
have.
I have
You've
not
been
been
great.
sucking. Thank you. What else do we have? Oh, the little rollers, Jay and Ray.
Ray and Jay. Jay and Ray.
I saw Ray Handel again Tuesday night. I was at dinner. He made no move to pick up the
We
check.
talked about this yesterday. I thought maybe you
He's
saw him again.
everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, he's got
Oh,
alligator
Ray.
arms. $40 buy-in, $30 bankroll, 10 to the prize pool every Thursday and Sunday. It really is fun. Highly recommended. Head over to the Miller Time 4-Star Dave Sports Bar. Look for the guy who's miserable in life. He looks like Silent Bob. You know that Jay looks like Silent Bob.
Yeah, you introduced me a couple of years last year.
He's a great man.
What else we got?
We have the contest,
Yeah.
$300 buy-in. Go to Saratoga, go to naira.com/contest, $300 buy-in. You have till 5 o'clock tomorrow. A lot of fun for that as
Cash
well.
and seat
You can
prizes.
play it here or through Naira Bets.
4-star Dave contest in 2 weeks. That's 3,000. That's a special one. Don't forget
Very
it.
special. Very special.
Speaking of special,
1 to 3 on FS2, 3 to 5 on SF1, 5 to 6:30.
I'll be joining you guys Saturday for a little Jim Dandy Day.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. And
Next 2 Saturday at Hamiltonian in 9 days.
another one of those shows until 4 in the morning?
No. It's during the afternoon.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's an afternoon show.
Cool.
Looking forward to the
Okay.
Hambo.
And we're done. Day's just getting started, though. Johnny I up next.
He's not happy, by the way.
Oh, Johnny I?
Yeah.
What happened?
Little 2-game sweep ski. Mets over the Yankees. He's not happy about
Yankees will be fine.
it. Yeah, but he's still not happy
Bernie
about
Williams is coming here at some point this meet. He must
is.
be excited about that.
If I can get 10 o'clock at night text from him when the Mets are doing bad, I can break his chops about the Mets sweeping his Yankees in a 2-game series.
Oh, I hate the Yankees. I'm more than happy with that.
Sweep,
They're
sweep.
good, though, the Yankees.
Yeah.
They're good.
They got to go back into the bullpen. They just don't have anybody together.
He gets Bernie Williams. I got to interview
got
Charles
Oakley.
The highlight, that was really was.
Johnny Ike,
That was great.
when he got to host the Mariano Rivera Day,
That was great.
that was one of my favorite moments up here.
One of my favorite moments in my entire life
Yes.
at the racetrack, seeing him with Mariano Rivera. I agree, and he was great. But that was. I agree. That was a great.
But last night was pretty good. 3-2.
Oh, making fun of him when
Yeah.
the Mets beat him. Well, remember there are 2 games left at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
When are they?
We'll split that. We'll win it 3-1, and we'll just break his chops some more.
It's the guy who said we were bringing a knife to a gunfight. Anyhow,
Why'd
have a wonderful
you have to
day
bring that up?
here at Saratoga because Louis Lasnero and I are going to torture you with that for the rest of your life. we will never.
Nova count will be 10 after tonight, by the way. Flying on the front end. If you bet you over to 20.5, go cash.
We're done. See ya.
For almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringwater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.